Let's talk numbers. Clark just pulled in 1.3 million fan votes for the All-Star game, more than the top 30 players combined from 2023. That's not a vote, that's a movement. But how did her fellow WNBA players respond? They ranked her 9th among guards. 9th? Not 2nd, not 3rd, 9th. And somehow we're supposed to believe that's a fair reflection of her talent? If she's only the 9th best guard, then why are teams face-guarding her, double-teaming her, blitzing her off screens, and fouling her like she's the reincarnation of Diana Taurasi? Voted Caitlin Clark as the 9th best guard. They should pay a lot of attention to the 9th best guard. I saw that you put out jealous is the word. I would agree with that. There is still, to this day, a lot of jealousy, and I think maybe it's even getting worse. I do. I thought we were turning a corner here, Dan. I thought we saw her teammates having her back. I thought we were maybe settling down with this obsession with Caitlin Clark and this. It really feels almost like a hatred toward her, but it's clearly a jealousy. You know, she's got that great State Farm commercial where everything's better from the logo. Terrific ad, very smart. And so, you know, America loves her. The fans clearly love her. The media likes her. But the players can't stand her. 9th best guard in the league. Don't try to give me the excuses of, well, she's been struggling lately, or she missed some games with injury. Come on, this is insanity. And I think it's an activist vote by the women of the WNBA who simply cannot stand her success. It's so dumb and it's so childish. Let's not pretend this is about performance. This is about politics. It's about identity. It's about protecting turf. Clark is straight, she's white, she's wildly successful, and she's unapologetically mainstream. In a league where being different gets celebrated, Clark's difference is the kind that gets punished. And you know it's true, because even Rachel Daw, who tried to stay neutral, had to admit, there is no person in the world who can convince me there are 8 better guards than Caitlin Clark. It's more valid today than it was last year. The violence has gotten worse. It's wow. This league will never grow till they are actually replaced by younger, more talented women. Yeah, but as long as those women are continuing to play their game, and I'm talking about the political game, they're not going to accept her either. I mean, you know, I don't think it's going to change. I really don't. And that leads me to this. This isn't just about Clark either. Aaliyah Boston, Clark's teammate on the Fever, is having the best season of her career and still got ranked 9th by fellow players in the front court. Why? Coincidence? Or is Sophie Cunningham right when she said, nobody likes Indiana. Everyone's got them circled because apparently proximity to Clark is now a crime. Let's examine the math. Clark. Fan vote number 1. Media vote number 3. Player vote 9th. Boston. Fan support through the roof. Player vote 9th. Kelsey Plum. Media rank 6. Player vote 16. Meanwhile, players like Natasha Cloud and Brittany Sykes, who are barely top-tier performers on their own teams, somehow leapfrog over Clark in the rankings. Why? Rachel Daw called it out directly. This just seems like a popularity contest. Let's rephrase that. It's not a contest of talent. It's a contest of alliances. You think that's dramatic? Let's go deeper. Just last year, Sabrina Ionescu was ranked 19th among guards by her peers, and she was still an all-star. But this year, she's somehow number 2 on the player list. So what changed? Oh right, Clark entered the league, and that spotlight needed to go somewhere else. So let's ask the obvious. If Clark is so mid, why does the league only trend when she plays? Why are ratings higher when she's on court? Why are arenas packed for the Indiana Fever, a team that finished dead last season? And here's the big one. If the players hate her this much, Why are they all profiting off her success? And then they have Sabrina Ionescu at 2, and a lot of people were pointing out the fact that Sabrina was ranked number 2 amongst players. However, just in 2023, the year before Caitlin Clark came into the league, Sabrina was ranked the 19th best guard in the league by the players, and she was an all-star that season. Clark should start her own league. Yeah, you heard that right. A Nike-backed Caitlin Clark league. A fresh start. A clean slate. No political games, no behind-the-scenes sabotage, just basketball. Let's be honest, if Clark announced her own league tomorrow, with Nike, Gatorade and Wilson backing her, how many players would defect? How many fans would follow? All of them. Christine Brennan, who of course wrote that book on Caitlin Clark and's been very outspoken against Cheryl Reeve. She came out and said that Caitlin Clark should start her own league. And that it should be a league that is the Nike Caitlin League. And I see her point, because Nike has got the money to back that kind of endeavor. And for it to make it the Nike League, any of these other, Gatorade could easily start one, but instead of embracing the star who's saving the sport, what did the WNBA do? They let her get hacked on court, ignored by her teammates, and laughed out of the All-Star voting by jealous peers. What kind of league does that to its MVP in waiting? Even RG3 couldn't take it anymore. Stop hating. This isn't just bias. This is organized disrespect by the very people who owe Clark for their charter flights, their salary bumps, and the rising tide of attention that benefits them all. So let's talk about the All-Star draft. Clark was voted captain, along with Nafisa Collier. And now, Clark gets to choose her team live on national television. The same players who voted her 9th, now they wait. Will she pick them? Will she snub them? Will she take the high road, or deliver the pettiest revenge in WNBA history? Either way, she wins. Because here's the truth, they need her. She doesn't need them. She sells out games. She brings in viewers, she elevates the entire sport, even while getting kicked in the face by her own league. And now she gets to choose her all-star court. You don't think she remembers those votes? You don't think she knows who respected her, and who didn't? Caitlin Clark, groin. Is a game time decision Tuesday, per Stephanie White. Clark was not seen participating at the beginning of shoot-arounds, which was 6 hours before the damn game. Okay. I mean, that's one way to go, I guess. Now, that is a long, long time. So, a lot of reaction. A lot of reaction. I mean, this is trending, folks. The fact that these WNBA players disrespected Caitlin Clark in this manner. And while that plays out on screen, here's what's happening behind closed doors. The next CBA negotiations. When the league owners sit across from the players' union, they're going to ask, where's Caitlin? Why isn't she advocating for you? And the room will go silent, because when you spend a whole season trying to tear someone down, don't expect her to show up and bail you out. Let's be real. The WNBA is staring down a crisis it created. The fans are awake now. They see the sabotage. They feel the disrespect. And they're not having it. You can't gaslight people into ignoring 1.3 million votes. You can't pretend this is normal. We talked about Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier being named the 2025 WNBA All-Star captains, and that was decided by a fan vote. Now, there was a record-breaking number of fans who voted this year for All-Stars, so that was really cool to see. But since last night, the WNBA All-Star starters and reserves were also announced. So the All-Star Game starters include, of course, Caitlin Clark and Nafisa Collier, Aaliyah Boston, Paige Beckers, Neko Gumake, Sabtu Sabali, Brianna Stewart, Asia Wilson, Alicia Gray, and Sabrina Ionescu. Clark isn't just the face of women's basketball. She's the engine. She makes it run. She fills the seats. She brings in the cash. And if you keep insulting her, if you keep ranking her 9th, pretending she's not elite, don't be surprised when she builds something better. Let's say she does it. Let's say Clark, Nike, and Gatorade say, we're done. We're starting fresh. Boom! A new league. Built around performance, not politics. Driven by fans, not factions. Powered by merit, not mob mentality. Who loses? Not Caitlin, not the fans, not the sponsors. The only ones left behind, the jealous ones. Yeah. Oh man, a Nike-funded basketball league. That'd be interesting. I mean, Nike's as guilty as anybody for dragging their feet on Caitlin Clark. I'm not in. You notice I haven't made a video on her new shoe and the Mamba and I'm not impressed by it. It's too little too late. I think it's too, and I loved Kobe, but it's too, like Kobe, it's skewed in the direction of Kobe. This should be a Caitlin Clark, only product, with no outside influences from Michael or Kobe or anybody else. Her name is that big to easily carry it. I mean, honestly, that's crazy. When Dick Vitale is calling you out, the players are getting called out by Dick Vitale, the legendary, the biggest voice in the history of college basketball. Man, WNBA, these players are looking worse now, worse and worse and worse, and they don't seem to care. They would have been just fine living off the NBA. Tell me what you think. Peace, I'm out. Till next time. So here's the bottom line. If the WNBA can't protect its brightest star, if it keeps rewarding mediocrity and punishing greatness, if it continues to operate like a high school clique instead of a professional league, then maybe it doesn't deserve Caitlin Clark, because at some point, even the most loyal player looks around and asks, why am I doing this for people who clearly don't respect me? And when that moment comes, the WNBA better have an answer, because the fans, they've already chosen their queen, and her name is Caitlin Clark. And there you have it, the truth, the drama, and the fire behind one of the most controversial all-star moments in WNBA history. Caitlin Clark isn't just rewriting the record books, she's exposing the cracks in a system that's long overdue for change. Whether the league embraces her or pushes her away, one thing is crystal clear. The fans have spoken. The future is here, and her name is Caitlin Clark. Thanks so much for watching and spending your time with us. We appreciate every single one of you, your voices, your support, and your passion for the game. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss an update. We've got more stories, more breakdowns, and more truth coming your way.